Hello, everyone. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oracle. I'm heading into Crocs Lair to collect the plant spores Ivy spoke about. He's in some kind of old
Well,
sewer
I'm
Gonna do my
network.
scarecrow
Send me the
impression.
schematics. It's like a maze down
It's
here.
this voice that I use sometimes.
Are you sure about this?
It's your tiny Tina voice.
I've got no
Yes,
choice.
my tiny Tina voice.
I've tuned the scanner to detect the
Yeah, I'm
spores required
Batman.
to make
I
the antidote.
try to stop
It'll
the
lead me straight to
crime.
them.
What about Croc?
Croc's just an animal. And animals just need traps and
Jeez,
the right
Batman, why you gotta be so
I'll be fine.
racist?
I'll contact you when I'm done.
He's racist against
Technically, it's
Americans.
ableist. He's got a disease.
Not
Oh.
now. Now's not the time. Not now.
Not now.
Now's not the time.
Now's not the
now.
time.
Now's not the time. Not now.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. Get
This is what I'm
footage of
supposed to do,
Arkham
right?
Knight. Get footage of Arkham Knight of all the sidekicks coming up to Batman and being like, "Can I help? Can I help? Can I help?" And just intercut that over it.
Yes.
These floating
Yes.
platforms will support me. But we'll also send sound waves.
All right,
water,
this is
giving
a
away my
pretty.
position on rock.
This
I'll
didn't
move
occur to me when I
slowly
did
as
this
possible.
part of the game. It didn't occur to me to crouch walk, so I just regular walked, and that makes this entire
which
thing take
is-
about 4 hours.
Oh, you can crouch walk it.
Yep.
Yes.
What the fuck, you guys?
They
I
did not,
know.
apparently. I figured, like, I did this, like, this is the first thing I did when I did this, but apparently, like, this did not occur to most,
to most people. And this is
They did not do a good job of explaining that you could do this, no.
and it's an odd thing. You're just supposed to sneak through this. None of this makes any damn sense. We're down here looking for some ivy plant, and this is
Okay,
the sewers where Killer Croc lived. You remember you gotta aim it.
Use the batarang to short-circuit Killer Croc's neck brace instead of diving into the water. Was that not what I was doing?
I don't know.
It was not.
I guess this is... I think you have
But
to
who
aim it
decided, you know what?
sometimes.
You know what's a gameplay mechanic we haven't explored yet in our video game? Walking slow. How about that?
Yeah. I don't know what they were trying to do, like test my patience.
Yeah.
Especially this
it's-
late in the game.
Exactly, you feel like you're building up to something, and then it's like, no, how about you walk really slow on wood platforms that are down here for... You're not even sure why.
Gather the spores. So, these don't look like plants that were originally here before Ivy went all
These
Titan
spores don't
anyway.
contain enough of the antivenom mold. I'm going to need to find more.
Like, I'm not. Why is this? Why is there mysteriously a plant in the sewers of Arkham that can cure the Titan formula?
Walking quietly
That
on
seems-
pallets and sewage. Be the Batman.
That seems like convenient to me.
Yeah, very convenient. And, you know, I can understand them wanting to bring us down here for some sort of
Hi, Killer
croc
Croc.
encounter. But then, this is such an odd, like... This is such an odd thing to go to all this trouble to have this gameplay mechanic of... Can you show us one more time what this is supposed to look like? Or what this did
Right.
look like for most people?
Yeah, this is what it's. Where? Oh, he's way over there.
Oh, there he is. Get him.
And then he like doesn't know where you are, but sometimes he pops up really far from you and runs towards you. And then he like forgets where you were or something. I don't know.
Batman
Like he-
walking.
But if you walk too, the idea is if you walk too fast, you make so much noise, he knows where you are. Meanwhile, like 5 seconds
what?
ago, he obviously knew where you were because he looked at you.
I
while you
figured it out.
blasted him in the
I know.
water.
I know why they did this section because somebody wanted to justify all the work they put into this badass
The walk
walking
animation.
for
Right, with-
Batman.
Right,
When
they were
the
like,
game-
there's no... Go ahead.
I was, when the game came out, this was the thing that people complained about the most, besides the ending. This, like, pissed so many people off. It feels so gamey. It feels just inauthentic. Like someone, it almost feels like someone was trying to recreate a really, really shitty game from like the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
oh, walk real slow and hit the guy before he gets you. Like, that's what it feels like. It's just so dumb.
Have you
Feels
ever used
like-
an analog stick? Did you know you didn't have to push it all the way down?
Whoa.
That's not even the case with this game, because this game has explicit walk and run states. Wait, where am I going? I'm not even
It
paying
feels-
So my favorite
it
thing
also-
about this fight
Yeah.
is when Killer Croc is running straight at you and gets knocked down. It looks like something out of America's Funniest Home Videos, and I kind of love it.
Like,
Okay.
America's funniest
I like how they didn't,
cannibalistic
like,
crocodile
actually-
people.
Animate that. So they just had him do his, like, video gamey turning around thing.
is this a good
And
time to
walking
bring
backwards.
up how Batman has kind of loose morals when it comes to killing, like, non-humans? Like, in some media,
Really?
he'll just kill aliens. Yeah, not give a shit. Or if they're, like, some kind of, like, supernatural thing, no problem, just kill it. That's not always the case, but it does happen, and it's pretty funny. Like, what constitutes as I need to keep this thing alive to Batman? Is it you have to be human? Is it they could have a family? But, like, you know, ants could have a family.
And then Batman kills their parents, and then the ant becomes Bat Ant? I don't know.
Ban ants.
Well, if their goal was to make the game needlessly about 20 minutes longer, then I guess they sort of met their goal.
Oh man, what if
Well,
that was
I mean-
the goal though?
The problem is that how do you... You've already had a fight with Bane, who is supposed to be the physical big bad. How do you have a fight with Croc? I
And a
don't
bunch
think
of
we've...
band lookalikes.
Like, how do you fight Croc? Especially because he's so much
Get back to
bigger.
Batcave and form
Like,
my
I
case.
love the design
Yeah.
of Killer Croc in this
Oh, I
game,
get
but
it. You've activated a silver
Batman
beacon
couldn't
down
take
there.
him.
Clever.
I would
I'm
say
getting out of here.
it shouldn't have
What
even
about
been
Croc?
this.
He
It
won't
should
be a
have just
problem.
been Batman finding a way to talk his way into getting Croc to help him out, just initially. Because Croc is not the smartest out of all of the rogues. And I think that he could be manipulated, and I think Batman's the guy to do it if he wanted to.
I do like the irony
Come
of
on,
that
dude.
too. Like, you walk into the room and there's this giant hulking Croc man, and the actual boss fight is a dialogue tree.
Yeah. Why not? Or they could have taken this time to do like a detective thing. I don't know. Like figure out where Croc is. Use your detective skill.
Like if it was kind of a Predator thing, a bit like they
Oh, that
did
too.
in the, yeah. Like you just had to keep sneaking around to lead him to this trap you've prepared elsewhere. But this is weird. It's not. I didn't hate it as much as some people really hated it. It was a little frustrating at first because I had no idea what I made the same mistake Josh did. Like, hey, I threw a batarang like you told me to, and he didn't fall over. What am I doing wrong? And
Yeah.
it's like that was a little unclear.
How do you even know where you're going? I'm completely lost.
You just have that distance indicator. Like, how does Batman know? But it's there on
I'm
the left.
good at making maps of places in my head. That's how I know where I'm going.
Batman stops, like every time he moves to a new palette, he pulls out this piece of graph paper and a pencil, and like, okay, there's another square of the dungeon.
This place isn't terribly complex in terms of layout. The door is right over here.
You know, I think this might have been an attempt at being scary. It didn't occur to me until right now that this was an attempt to be
That's
scary.
not where I want to go.
Like, maybe they thought that going slower would amp up the tension a little bit more and make the jump scares a lot better. But they totally missed the mark on that.
You know what does this a lot better? And I'm gonna get flack for saying this, but like the crypt sequences in Mortal Kombat, where you're actually walking around in sort of a grid, and then occasionally things will pop up out of the water around you. It's actually kind of creepy.
I totally know what you're talking about and have played Mortal Kombat before.
He just falls over dead.
I like how that was a follow-up
in the
to
water.
the previous... Yeah, I like how that was a follow-up to the previous conversation. What are you gonna do about Croc, Batman? He won't be a problem. And then Batman just trips on a pallet and dies. Croc won't be a problem.
I
have no idea how to get
sequence a
past
lot.
these pallets, though.
Stupid runner things. That's I don't know. I like it.
It's like
I've
Cannibal
hated these things since
with
Crash Bandicoot.
Batman.
I love Crash Bandicoot. So
Cannibat.
I like that detail of the corpse back there that is clearly what Croc was eating.
My caves will be
it's like a
your
pomegranate.
home.
Oh no! There's a bomb, because that's what Batman does.
I like how he knew there was a shaft under there. I like how there was a shaft under there for some reason.
Probably
Isn't
shows
this
up
a
in
zoo?
Detective Vision.
Like, this place would no longer be filled with water if there was a
Return to
giant
the
thing
Batcave.
below it. Never mind.
No, I already did that. What are you pulling that up again for?
Okay, can I point out that in this series in general, the endless supply of Batcaves is one of those, like, Batman is perfectly amazing at planning, gone too far sort of thing. Like, he sets up a Batcave on Arkham City, he sets up a Batcave downtown in the city, he sets up a Batcave at the Batcave.
Did he have a Batcave in Arkham City?
He had the Batcave, like the real Batcave, I thought.
In Arkham
Nope.
City? No, he didn't.
No, there's no
No, he did
Batcave.
not,
Oh, I'm
sir.
thinking of Origins. I'm thinking of Origins.
Oh yeah, that game you
Yeah.
keep trying to bring up that none of us want to fucking talk about. Whoa. That was the
Sometimes
real
I think-
Batcave, Christopher. That was under his fucking home.
Sometimes I think Mumbles is a sarcasm
Oh
elemental.
crap! There's a.
I would be okay with that. I'm sorry he has a Batcave under Arkham. I think it's fine. I think it makes sense.
No.
It's not a full Batcave. And yeah, if Riddler knew about it, he'd probably sneak in there. But like, he doesn't know, so it's cool.
I like how it's been so long since you've had a brawl, the game felt the need to remind you what the counter button was.
They did that in the last episode we did too.
I know you just spent 4 hours in Croc's lair, so if you've forgotten how this
It was
combat
literally
system works,
15 minutes.
I
I
take it you
got
felt
it.
that.
God damn it!
Plants are going crazy. I'm getting seismic spikes in all locations.
Oh, I need
Can a
to do
plant
stuff
go
that's
crazy?
not
It's
talking on the
I've
phone.
got the mold samples. I'm heading to the Batcave.
hang up on her, Batman.
Good. I tell you to hurry, but I'm sure you know what you're doing.
I wonder how you get that
Contact me in the
question
cave
mark
if you need
trophy.
anything.
I know, right? Couldn't be
How you
this.
get? How could it be? Whoa,
Yay.
gadgets do the trick. Oh no, you're gonna...
I do like that you don't die when you screw up. You just sort of fall down and the game's like,
Yes.
whatever.
Same.
Thank you, game, for not making me watch whatever the last villain I dealt with leer over me. Haha, I got you, Batman. Bye.
Scan and
You
open.
fell in a pit.
I think they must have realized that it's stupid that Batman can die from falling in a fucking pit. Right?
Yeah.
You know, these games have a lot of skins for Batman. I want there to be skins for all the villains too. Like,
Close.
we need to get like
It's been
Jack
more
Nicholson
difficult than I
Joker or
expected.
Jim Carrey Riddler.
Why
process
didn't
is
you
slow,
go with Frank
difficult,
Gorshin
and
first?
doesn't produce
That
much antidote.
bothers me.
And the good news?
The chemical will definitely.
I don't know what
Of
those
course,
words
Arnold
mean.
Schwarzenegger.
May also
You,
reverse
you
the
don't know?
transformation.
Okay, Batman,
I need to run some more
the
tests
Adam
to
West
be
TV
sure.
show, the guy who
I've
played
set the
Riddler is
computer
Frank
to create
Gorshin, and
more,
he was like
but
the
I
guy
need to get out
who
of here and find out.
originated the look and feel for
God.
Riddler, both in the comics and in other media. Riddler lesson from a
Batman!
Totally just
I like
almost
to-
called Cesar Romero, Cesar
Lamps
Romano,
are
so I'm just
eating
going to
it.
stay silent about any of the classic Batman actors.
I'm fine.
Old Freeze. Old Freeze was so cool.
Was that a pun? Was that a pun, Mumbles?
Oh no! It was an accidental pun. It doesn't count.
Go to your room.
Okay.
Think about what you've done.
Oh right, we have one more upgrade, which is the Bat Claw that can pull stuff.
The go away wall, you're in my way gun.
like pull down explosive walls.
So normally I'm not a big fan of the tap button repeatedly to open a door.
Right?
But this feels really
Neither
good
am I.
somehow. The animation
And-
sells it.
Well, also, and it's not a door. It's just a concrete
It's a
wall
big
you're
old
pulling
wall.
down.
It's a giant wall.
I'm stuck on the wall.
Like, I didn't mind it in Tomb Raider when we did it, because it was sort of a show of strength, and it feels like it's the same thing here, where it's like Batman literally ripping down a wall, and I'm like, alright, maybe that
Yeah.
takes some effort.
And then, hey, do we need a platforming section in our game? I don't know. Do people want to platform as Batman? I don't know. Put it
This
in.
is
See
like
what happens.
barely a platforming section though. I
Exactly.
guess you can play it as one, but
But like, what was it that they felt they needed this in the game? Like, it's not bad. I mean, it's only like
they
a
wanted
minute
you to be able
long.
to fly with your cape for a little bit.
You know what this
I
needs?
Pretend that you
believe
were
I can
Superman.
fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every. Oh, it's
These
over.
are all coming back.
What, Chris?
I was gonna make a joke, but then I'm trying to remember if they actually did this in any of the games, because there's been so many of these Arkham games. Did they ever do, like, updrafts to keep you afloat when gliding? Because I was gonna make a joke about pilot wings, but now I'm worried they actually did that at some point.
I think they.
It's It
Maybe?
sounds like something they would do, but I can't think of when it actually happened in the game.
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like how I can see like skeletons through fucking rock faces with the detective
Good, my
vision from hundreds
skeletons
of
are
meters
still
away.
there. Gotta make sure my
Oh, what do I have to
skeleton
do
horde
here?
is okay.
Everyone Batman looks at might end up with cancer, but damn it if his X-ray vision isn't the best. Except maybe Superman.
Goes around giving everybody cancer.
Oh,
right,
you
I
have
remember.
natural,
It's
you
on
have
the
natural
outside, it's on
X-ray
the
vision.
inside.
Fuck you. I'm gonna build it. I have.
Wait. Dropped all the way back down here? What is this bullshit?
You drop so hard you drop into a cave. So for the record, and I think most of the Batman games have suffered from this because they're kind of they went from sort of Metroidvania to increasingly open world games basically, but none of
Yes.
them have felt super great going into the home stretch because none of them feel like they're leading up to a climax, with the possible exception of Origins, and I know we're not allowed to say that, but
Oh my god,
So
Calester.
none of
What,
them.
You,
So
you didn't
what
like
you're saying?
the
None of them
build-up
then.
for Arkham City? I thought the build-up for Arkham City was alright.
the final mission's kind of an anticlimax. You just, I don't want to spoil it, but you just punch a guy like 8 times.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
actually,
about-
I would say the final boss for Arkham Knight was fucking baller. Like, probably the coolest ending that I've ever seen. I don't want to spoil
You just
that.
don't you just trick him and like dodge into the pit or whatever?
They won't get that far.
It's been a long time
for-
since I've played it.
And I
For the
Are we
the
talking
Arkham
about-
Knight.
Are we talking about the build-up to a boss battle to the last boss, or
build-up.
are we talking
got
about
another
the
problem.
boss? Okay. I like the build-up for Arkham City because you basically
nothing that simple.
Joker
I'm at
unleashes
the main
all of
sewer
his
junction,
goons,
and it appears
so
to be
you have to
polluted with
get
Titan.
through Arkham City
What's
and
he
take
doing
them all
now?
down, and then you get to the theater. And I remember sitting up on top of a building and seeing like 4 snipers and like other dudes with
Yeah.
guns, and it felt cool. I liked that.
It wasn't until my
It's not
last.
Titan, it's Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's even
Do the
worse.
do.
It's worse, Oracle. He's going to unleash Mountain Dew on Gotham. You've got to stop him,
Sup,
Batman.
bros? I got an army of bros now. What up? You guys want to play some Calls of Duty?
Everybody, he just goes out into Arkham and everybody's wearing a backwards baseball cap.
Yes, eating Doritos and drinking their dew.
The Titan water seems to be corrosive.
I
shouldn't
like
trouble the
in
city.
the end
What
of
have you
City,
found out?
where you're like going through those snipers. If you get through it
Go
without
ahead.
being spotted at all, you can see Joker prancing around in front of the theater with Talia. Spoiler,
Yes,
by the way.
exactly. Yeah.
But you have to do it perfectly to be able to get to that and to see him doing that.
But this time it's full of Titan. How do I stop it?
I'm working on it.
No, I wanted to pick up the Riddler trophy, not dodge. God.
Why not both?
Dodge the Riddler trophy.
Gonna...
Pick it up, Batman. Pick it up. Pick up the Riddler trophy. Batman, pick up the Riddler trophy. Batman, Batman, Batman. Batman, why aren't you picking up my Riddler trophies?
Like you just conspicuously walked by it like 7 times. And he's watching you on the surveillance camera just like, oh, come on.
Once you beat Arkham Knight, pretty much the only dude you have to worry about is Riddler. And he every 5 seconds he gets on the the horn and he's like, "Hey, by the way, did you guys know that Batman's too afraid to get all my Riddler trophies? Okay, see you later." Oh, what's that? I'm just calculating pi while you're being a dumbass. See you later.
Yeah, his messages are so forced.
So messed. It's just like, chill out, Riddler, chill out. I guess he can't chill out.
I like the idea that, like, if you walked by every single Riddler trophy in a game and never
Remember,
ever
Batman
picked up
doesn't
any
kill
of them,
anyone.
he'd be like, "It was all a grand experiment. I meant for you to not pick up any of them because it was all trying to control you and see if I could trick you into picking things up." Yeah, but that would have cost you, like, hundreds of hours. Speak of the devil.
Can you hear me? For the love of... I suppose that's you in there, Bat.
I like thinking that's how he just talks to his men.
Right.
You'll never defeat my Dorito army in Mountain Dew River, bats.
Nice trip. See you next fall. Batman.
Watch your step.
Another good one. What could this room be for?